Hey guys, it's your girl Fab. I'm back. And before I get into what I want to talk about today, I wanted to encourage you to hit the subscribe button and please turn on your notifications as I begin this station, this YouTube channel, and try to build it. And try to build it to cater to topics that you want to talk about and you want to discuss. So I'll just give you a second to do that real quick, and then I'll get into the topic of this moment. Okay, so with that done, I want to get into the topic of something that I've had to go through myself, of course, because I like to speak from experience just because it's more natural and it makes more sense. So I want to talk about ways you can get over your ex like a grown woman. Ways you can get over your ex like a grown woman. You know, because there are a lot of different ways we can get over an ex. You know, going about it the toxic route, compounding our issues, coming out of something rough. But I just want to keep it real and drop maybe like a few ideas. So one, and this is going to sound the number one I can think of right now. This is going to sound counterintuitive, but cry is the number one that I'm going to suggest. Allow yourself to cry. You know, we are in a culture right now that's really big on like just being tough, you know, being toxically masculine, whether that's you are a woman or a man. And really, that really doesn't fly for too long. I think the better thing to do and the more lasting thing to do is to just be honest with yourself and give yourself a moment to cry and express it and get it out. You know, when my mom was alive, she would always say that, you know, I can give myself, like when something comes up, I can give myself a time period to cry. I can give myself 5 minutes to cry real hard, ugly cry, you know what I mean? Like, or like give myself a few days or a week to mope around. But at the end of that time, just remind yourself of who you are and agree to close that up for the moment and try to get back into a healthy routine. Try to restore yourself. But don't ignore the need to cry. Don't ignore the need to really like just let it all out. I mean, obviously in private or in a safe space amongst people you trust, you know, you might not want to cry in front of him, but still give yourself a chance to express that, get it all out. And, you know, to be honest, this applies to guys too. You know, guys want to act all tough all the time, and it really just isn't feasible. Give yourself some time to cry and express it. Get it out. That's the whole point I'm trying to get at. Get it out. It's not healthy to stuff your emotions, you know. So that's my number one. My other one, number two, and I'm going to probably just drop maybe like 3. Number 2 is, and this probably should have been number 1. Actually accept it. Don't be in denial about it. And I'm guilty of this in the past too. You know, we always ascribe to these quotes, you know, when somebody shows you this self, you know, really like believe it. You know, at the end of the day, we say these all the time. We write them, we repost them online, but do we really believe it? Do we really follow that, what we say? You know, we really need to accept it. That's part of the grieving process anyway. That should come that should come probably at the same time as crying. Really accepting it. During that cry, when you're getting that cry out real good, accept that it's over, accept that it's ended, accept that your ex has made their choice, whether that's to move on to another person. Your ex has shown their behavior by being with somebody else while they were with you, unbeknownst to you, because that's not the arrangement or agreement you made being in your type of relationship. Really, truly accept it, you know, because that will help you heal properly and heal in a healthy manner. where you can start to gradually move on. And you don't have to move on at rapid speed. Nobody's telling you or pressuring you to move on at a rapid speed that's not natural to you. But accepting it fully, really sitting with it. I know it hurts. I've been there, trust me. Really sit with it and accept it, you know. Even if you have to visualize it. I know this is going a little bit beyond, but these are some things that I've done that have worked for me, so that I can know I've truly healed and that I just didn't like psych myself out, you know, and buy into the delusion of, oh, it's not really over. They just said that. No, they didn't just say it. It really is over. You really got dumped. I hate to be this person, but I have to be. You really got dumped. They really chose that other person over you. Even if they didn't say it out of their mouth, they chose the other person over you because you found out by mistake or on purpose, by snooping, however you found out. Or the ish hit the fan, however it came out, however it was revealed, however it was exposed. You know, it's painful no matter how you slice it, but you have to accept it. I've had to accept it in the past. And one thing about me is I give myself enough time. Take your time if you need to. Nobody's saying it needs to be for 5 minutes. Like my mom would always give that example, but accept it. It's going to be okay in the long run. Accept it. Give yourself time. Cry, express, get it out. You know? And the third one I'm going to give, the third and last one, I'll probably continue this video another time and then expound upon more ways you can get over next in a grown way. But the third one is to replace it, or replace him, or replace her, or replace them. Replace it. I know it sounds dicey like the other one, like it, you know, but replace it. But this is replacing it in a healthy way. This is not about going to get the next shorty and to replace your shorty. Like, this is not about that. This is not about going off and just finding the rebound guy. You know, give yourself, respect yourself, give yourself time and space, you know, like, replace it though, replace it in healthy ways, you know, replace it in healthy ways. Get into different activities that you never thought of before, you know, especially now, me being in my 30s, I totally know what it is to be single and just be alone and be okay with it, and just finding something else to get into. You know, I was inclined to sports before, I still am. Go out and play basketball with a group, you know, that you associate with. Volleyball too. I'm a volleyball girl too. Travel. I mean, when we can travel, we're still in a quarantine, pandemic, midsummer type of weird transition, but get into traveling groups, get into writing if that's what you're into, get into blogging, learn how to cook meals from your own culture or from other cultures. Start a group where you can actually trade recipes and like learn how to cook different things from different places. There's just so many activities that you need to get into. And you know what? This is applying to getting over your ex in a grown way. But honestly, this has just been one of the things that a massive collective in this world has had to deal with during this pandemic. It's the idea of doing things differently and replacing the way we did things before. So it might sound like a grandiose tactic, but it really isn't. It's really practical. You're going to replace it in a healthy way. You're going to find those things that you love or didn't know you love. You didn't know you love because you never tried it out, but you may have always thought about doing it. And then finally you did it and maybe you didn't like it. So then you go on to the next thing. You have nothing but time, especially right now. So then you go over, you decide you want to do some other type. You want to start like going for hikes and stuff like that. You never did that before, or trying to go camping or whatever it is you want to get into. Then go ahead and do it. This is the time. There's no time like the present, especially when you want to replace it's going to take some time. The energy and vibe of your ex, it's going to take time to properly heal. It varies from person to person and situation to situation, depending on how deep the emotional and mental and wound is. But replace it in a healthy way. Trade out the unhealthy ways of the rebound person using substances or whatever else, and replace it with more healthier options, so that gradually during the process of your grieving the relationship and healing, you will restore yourself to a new and improved you that you can look in the mirror and say, you can look in the mirror and say that you're proud of. So those are the 3 ways that I have in mind right now to get over your ex in a grown way, as a grown woman, or a grown man, or, I'm speaking to predominantly women, but, those are my ways. You want to cry, express it, you want to accept it fully. Take your time doing that, but accept it fully. And then you want to replace it in healthy ways and not the unhealthy ways. So I hope you enjoyed my 3 little pointers. I hope that it was a benefit to you. And I hope that, I don't ever hope for the end of a good relationship, but I actually do hope for the end of a bad relationship that doesn't serve you. And so I hope that you can actually find what you deserve in life. And I pray that you can apply these to your life in any way, shape, or form. So with that said, I'll continue this video another time. And I just want to remind you to subscribe to my channel and also put on your post notifications so you can know when I post the next video. And I look forward to getting feedback in the comments about topics and things you want to discuss about life. All right, so your girl Fab signing out. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.